this is probably going to be it. I'm done. I've got everything sorted, put away, more or less. It's silly stuff I still have to do. Nevertheless. Look. Things happen in the world. And I decide whether or not I want to go down that road. The Cuties thing, I fought with. I was like, normally I'd give a shit. With any other topic in the world, honestly I don't care. I will talk about it ad nauseum, doesn't matter to me. For some odd reason, I really don't like talking about people fucking kids. Perhaps it's my bigotry, I don't know, but I don't really enjoy discussing the topic of people fucking kids. Alright? Like, it's not fun for me. I don't even really like talking about kids fucking kids. I gotta admit, pretty much anybody or anything fucking kids, I'm not down to talk about it. I don't really want to get into the discussion. So, on the topic of pedophilia and such, I picked my battles. Now, the picture annoyed me. The fucking Netflix thing that they used, that they retracted and said, oh, this was actually kind of fucking not smart to do. Sorry. Sorry that we're not smart. And they took that shit down. I saw the picture and I was immediately annoyed. Because, like, it was weird. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. It was just odd looking. It was 11-year-old girls dressed very sexily, and I was repulsed. Like, it wasn't even like I wasn't turned on. I was, like, my dick went inside me. You know what I mean? Like, it was a retraction. It was, what the fuck is... Like, it was so weird to me just to see it that I was like, there's no fucking way I'm not going to be talking about this. And, you know, I'm sitting there looking at the picture as the person's talking about the fucking show, and I'm like, and they're reading the synopsis of it, and then Netflix, I guess, apparently changed that. But I'm like, what are you changing it to? What are you changing it to? What could you possibly change it to? What is the euphemism for 11-year-olds twerking? So I'm like, yeah, there really is no way I'm not going to talk about this shit, because this is going to be... It's Netflix. It's on Netflix. Because nobody uses Netflix. Nobody's going to see that. So nobody's going to give a shit about that. Millions of people saw it. Millions of people were pissed about it. And one lady's sitting there going, what? What? I hate doing these fucking videos. They annoy the ever-loving shit out of me, because it's always the same formula. It's just different in the degree, but it is always the same formula. I haven't really actually tried to total it up yet. I haven't really actually tried to quantify you guys as far as a games we play type of experiment. You know what I mean? But many of you are just like many others. And many of you are like many others that I have had to dismiss from the audience. And So I'm getting to the point now, after years of doing this, that I kind of understand you guys pretty much in your first interaction with me. Like, I already pretty much go, okay, this person is essentially like this person. We'll see where they wind up in relation. And there's always one of you that, for whatever reason, you take it upon yourself to try to test me for some reason. How much asinine nonsense will he deal with? At what point is this guy gonna stop playing back with me? Like, you know, I'm doing something goofy and weird, and oh shit, this dude's playing along with it. Fucking A, right? And then, you know, but you always gotta try and push shit to see where my line is. And you know where my fucking line is. You wanna know why I know where you know where the fucking line is? You wanna know why I know that? Because you comment a lot. And I mean that. You comment a lot. And I'm fine with that. If you guys want to leave 50 fucking comments on a video, that's your time. Spend it how you wish. Doesn't bother me. I'll still read them all and interact with them as I see fit. Usually what I do is I'll answer one and just kind of read and like the rest. And just kind of, okay, whatever. And, you know, because I'm not going to answer your running commentary as you watch the video. You might have that much time. I do not. I'm not watching a video while I'm doing that shit. I'm generally just answering comments when I'm answering comments. So, right? You comment a lot. And I know you by now. People still, even though they interact with me all the time, they still think I'm just like every other YouTuber and that I just don't really get to know you guys. But I've got to know a lot of you really well because you comment a lot. And I've told you that one surefire, guaranteed way to get your comments deleted and quite possibly your ass blocked is to post links to inappropriate little kid videos. I told the story of the guy who commented 3 times on my channel and then was immediately blocked. Because all fucking 3 of them were links to inappropriate kid videos. And after each, I said, dude, don't post this shit on my channel. I just want you to know before I delete it. And then I deleted it. Because you still get the notification. And you can still read it. You know, there are ways to still see it. Did it again. I said the same fuck. I said, dude, that's twice. I'm like, you fucking do this shit again, and you're toast. And I actually let that one sit for a while. Just to hopefully make sure he sees it. And then I deleted it. And then he did it again. I said, alright, fuck you. And then I deleted that one and blocked his ass. Done. And one of you decided not once but twice essentially give me a, hey, I think this video is inappropriate too. And then you posted the link. Well, shithead, why are you posting links to inappropriate videos in my comment section? And I noticed they were from the same fucking site that I got one I used off of. So yeah, oh really? You found other ones on that site are just as bad if not worse? Wow, what a fucking surprise. Thanks for letting me know. Don't do it again. Or you're toast. I don't get... I swear to God, some of you, and people haven't done this in a very long time. And I congratulate you for your strength. But when you drive me to this point where I'm angry with you personally, and I reprimand you in front of the class so that everybody knows, yeah, I fucking noticed, and yeah, I handle this shit here. I've told you guys many times, I believe it's in your orientation, this is not a democracy. You have no ownership of what goes on here. It's all me. By the grace of Andy, you go on this channel. And I believe that I am not only extremely fair, but I am extremely hands-off with you guys. I've let some of you say some wild-ass shit, and I make my comment back to it, and I let it go there. But god damn it, if some of you don't make me wonder if you're looking to see if I'll block you just to then complain about it, or I don't even fucking know what. There's always one of you that assumes too much. And I know what it is every time, because I've been told everything. You know, I give your channel a lot of interactions, and I immediately turn into Bane. You think this gives you power over me? Really? It's interesting. Do you feel like you're in control? Interesting. Can you feel that big meaty fucking hand on your shoulder? I had somebody say to me, you know, it's silly that I have to mention this, but I do donate to your Patreon. And I was like, so that what? Means that you've purchased me? That I will now do as you wish? That this is somehow partly your channel? That you are now in some way responsible for any blowback that happens with shit that I do or do not allow? Or with shit that I will or will not discuss? No. So, if you're angry that I'm calling you out, and now everybody knows, then swallow it, or fuck off. Again, I love having people here watching me, and I love all of you who choose to watch. But I have given you ground rules. I have boundaries. I believe they're in your orientation. The terms of service have been agreed to by all of us. And the term of service here is, please do not post links of inappropriate kid videos. I don't think that's too much to ask. I know I'm coming off like an asshole because I'm pissed. But explain to me why that's too much to ask if you're upset with this whole diatribe. Just try and type out an explanation and make sure you read it afterwards, so that you understand what I'm about to see. And try and figure out what you think I might say to it. Just for the fun. Anyways. The other problem that I have, which is actually just kind of more of a funny thing, before we get into the comments that I wish to address. Everybody always starts giving me fucking more pedophile stuff to cover. Talk about Prince Andrew and how he's a pedophile and all the nasty shit that he did. Talk about Ghislaine Maxwell and how she used to groom children to fuck old men. Yeah, I really don't want to. Like, I'll look into it and I'm gonna sit there and go, I'm not ready. Like, here's what I want to do. When Prince Andrew extradited or whatever, or brought before a magistrate or whatever the fuck it is that happens, and he actually gets punished for fucking the kids, then I'll make a video going, holy shit, Prince Andrew's fucking going to jail or whatever because he's fucked kids. Wow, look at that. I'd have never thought that the British fucking court would have admitted it. But hey, look at that. I thought they'd have thrown him off London Bridge by now. But shit, looks like he's going to prison. And that would be a fun video to make. And when Ghislaine Maxwell comes up with all the videos of Bill Clinton fucking, 6 or 7, 8-year-olds at once, or whatever the fucking crazy shit that they were all doing on Pedophile Island, once all that comes out, yeah, I'll want to talk about it because that's going to be some shit. And if we never get that, and she just gets indicted and then found guilty or whatever and fucking put away, or if she gets let go because she's found innocent and whatever, then I'll probably go, alright, here's what happened. And I'll wrap it up in one video. Because I know one of you is going to piss me off, and then a bunch of you are going to tell me to look into other pedophile shit. I hate doing these videos. This is why. It goes all the way back to the problem is you, the audience. You ruin everything. And then the third thing, which we are about to get into now, the third thing that always happens when I do one of these videos is somebody actually thinks they're gonna outward me on my YouTube channel through the comments. It ain't gonna work, son. So this person, who we're going to call John Doe, just so that we can have genders. If you guys have no picture, all you have is the generic letter, I go by the name. If it's a male name, I consider you to be a man. If I'm wrong, that's your fault, not mine. I'm looking at a male name and no picture. Sometimes I get male names and girl pictures and I go, I don't know. And then I just call you guys people. But you're a guy. Now, the only reason I'm bringing this up is because it matters. Okay. This person says to me, and I'll read you the whole fucking thing, and then I'll try to read through the whole thing, and then I will read it again, and I'll comment. There's nothing wrong with the movie, and this outrage wouldn't be nearly as much if Netflix didn't bait the shit out of all of you. If you think the actual movie is softcore porn, then you're the one with the fucking issue. No one is at fault here but the person viewing children sexually, regardless of what they're wearing or acting too mature for their age. This is pure victim blaming. And when does it end? This is a slippery slope when you can start looking at a young girl and thinking her shorts are too short, her bathing suit shows too much, her shirt doesn't cover up her stomach. Do you not realize that people like you are sexualizing children yourselves? There's so much idiocy in that comment. Watch as I unpack it. There's nothing wrong with the movie. 11-year-olds. That's what's wrong with the movie. 11-year-olds. The fact that it's 11-year-olds. If they were 16-year-olds, which is still underage, but as far as I'm concerned, 16, 17, that's a gray area within degrees. Right? A 50-year-old with a 16-year-old, she's just in your pedophile spectrum, right? You know what I mean? Like, woe betide the 15-year-old that looks just like the 16-year-old. You know what I mean? Like, that's right. So, 11-year-olds. The fact that it's 11-year-olds. It has 11-year-olds in it. This is a pebble in a pond, dude. The more you think about it, the more ramifications you think of. I thought of new ones today as I was yelling at you in my mind all day long. Think about those kids. They have to go to school. They have to go to school with other children. Someday they're going to have to go to school with other children again. Right? Other children who are going to see this movie, see them in it, and be like, well, I'll fuck one of them. They're sluts. If one of these girls gets raped within the next couple of years, as far as I'm concerned, most likely it's that kind of shit, dude. They're going to have to live with this. They're going to grow into adults someday, you know. And other adults are going to be like, you were in that movie when you were 11? I feel so bad for you. And they're going to be like, yeah, looking back, it was kind of child abuse. I go to therapy, 3-4 times a week now because of it, but... And I was, the next year I was gang raped by a bunch of assholes who saw the video or saw the movie and thought, oh, well, there we go. So, they even said so, while they were doing it. They were given lines. Dude, that's what's wrong with the movie. 11-year-olds. 11-year-olds. Like I said, if it was Anna Kendrick pretending to be 11, wouldn't care. It's that 11-year-olds are in it. 11-year-olds are being put in sexually provocative positions. And we'll get to that shit. We'll get to that shit. And this outrage wouldn't be nearly as much if Netflix didn't bait the shit out of all of you. Now, the way you phrase that, if Netflix didn't bait the shit out of all of you, the way you phrase that means that Netflix, like, they did it in order to drum up this kind of controversy. Companies don't like this kind of controversy. They don't. Netflix fucked up because they're stupid and they were into it. They didn't bait us. They exposed themselves. If you think the actual movie is softcore porn, then you're the one with the fucking issue. Look, I don't think the movie is softcore porn. I think pedophiles will think it's softcore porn. I think the movie's kind of repugnant. I think the people involved with it kind of criminal. I think anybody disseminating it is kind of criminal. I don't think it's softcore porn. I think freakos think it's softcore porn. You dumb fuck. Nice try, but no. Sorry. No one is at fault here but the person viewing children sexually. I agree. Regardless of what they are wearing or acting too mature for their age. Regardless of what they're wearing. So you're telling me that if you were watching a movie with a naked 8-year-old in it, you wouldn't find that inappropriate? You wouldn't think to yourself, sick people probably fucking jerk off to that. Why the fuck are you putting this on TV? Like, really? That wouldn't bug you in the least? You're very accepting of pedophilia. Or acting too mature for their age. When children act too mature for their age and they walk around in like a business suit that's way too big, with a hat on that's way too big, carrying a briefcase, man, that shit's adorable. But if she's reenacting fucking wet-ass pussy, I think that's a tad bit inappropriate. I don't think that's me sexualizing children if I'm watching children doing things that are sexually provocative when adults do it and thinking that's a bit fucked up. Call me fucking crazy. I don't know. This is pure victim blaming. And when does it end? What makes me laugh is you acknowledge there's victims involved in this. Like, you didn't read this comment back at any point and go, holy shit, I'm not only acknowledging there's victims in this, I'm saying this is pure victim blaming. Thank you for acknowledging there's victims in this. It doesn't fit with the rest of what you're saying here, but and when does it end? When does it end? I don't know when does it end. When some lunatic sees that movie, becomes obsessed with one of the girls, hunts her down, and rapes her and kills her? Is that when it ends? Because that's pretty fucking terrifying. I don't like the idea of that. These are the horrors that fucking run through my head when I think, what's the worst possible thing that could happen here? I start putting 11-year-olds in adult situations I've heard of in the past. You never heard of stalkers before? You've never heard of Ariana Grande? She had a stalker who saw her, heard her music, became obsessed with her, tracked her down, and then tried to rape and kill her. That shit happens. It happens to adults. I don't want it to happen to children. But I'm the asshole for that. Interesting. This is a slippery slope when you can start looking at a young girl and thinking her shorts are too short. Maybe when I can see the crease of her ass, too short. Her bathing suit shows too much. I ain't even fucking gonna go there, man. Her shirt doesn't cover up her stomach. For the most part, I don't give a shit about that kind of stuff. Her shirt doesn't cover up her stomach. I know girls dress like sluts these days. Fuck, whatever. Dress however the fuck you want to. But there's a line wherein you kind of go, this is a bit much. If I can see half of your ass, maybe your short's a bit too short. 7-year-old? I want to punch you every time I have to say this kind of shit. Do you not realize that people like you are sexually children? Yes, I do understand that when I see inappropriate kid shit, I'm sexualizing children in my mind and going, crazy pedophiles, or just pedophiles, are seeing this and taking this to places I'm unwilling to go because it's disgusting. How do you not understand what I'm trying to say? How do you come up with any of this in that video that I fucking made? It blows my fucking mind. So I replied, are you being intentionally dense? And here's why the gender is important. He replies, you'd actually have to understand this issue from a feminist perspective to have a clue what I'm talking about, so don't worry about it. I want to say one thing right here, motherfucker. I gotta start smoking because I can fucking, this shit is just fucking, I'm getting hot. Man, I have been waiting for the, at noon, my boss is like, you got anything planned for tonight? I'm like, yes, I do. And he goes, whoa. He's like, you killing somebody? And I'm like, no. And he's like, what happened? And I fucking let him read that shit. And he's just like, wow. I played him the video too. And he's just kind of like, man, I don't even know what to say to that shit. And here's another funny thing. I was screaming about this with another buddy of mine, PJ. I was hanging out with PJ after work. And he was smoking. And I was just leaving. And I started fucking going on a rant about it. And I read for PJ verbatim the script from the documentary, and when I got to they're masturbating and fantasizing about fucking your children, his face immediately went from kind of laughing to this. It was this, and he just started like, dude, no, because I made him think of it. That's exactly the fucking point of it. That message should blast through your head like a fucking lightning bolt and immediately make you go, oh Christ, because there isn't a man in this world that hasn't fantasized about fucking some girl in some terrible fucking way. And when you think about that, especially with the visual of the 11-year-olds dancing or whatever the fuck age they are, I understand, dude, I understand the feminist point of view. I get it. I actually understand and have an extensive library of videos of me breaking down all of the feminist points of view. All of them. Even those both accepting of and abhorrent to pedophilia. I have broken down all of it. I've talked about Jen. I've talked about fucking all of them. I know them all. It disgusts me how much of this I've looked into, but I know every fucking thing, all your feminist shit. I know it all. All of it. I've got, if you were to watch every video back to back, you probably have days of videos to watch of me talking about feminism. I've done it to the point where the pick your battles mentality says when the feminists come up with something new, I'll do another feminist video. Until then, I have no reason to do a feminist video. I've done them all. I'm not like some of these guys who can continue to animate the same fucking still frame picture in front of the same fucking speech with different fucking footage. I'll never get it. People have been doing this shit for as long as I've been doing this shit. And they're still doing the same fucking shit. And I'm like, how the fuck do you do this shit every day? I've done it to the point where I had to move on with my life. I've done it to death. I've got multiple videos on most feminist topics. I've had all of the robust arguments and I've laughed at every one of them. And this is the reason why. Because I know of other feminists, I know personally other people who call themselves feminists that would say you're a sick fuck for even saying half of what you said to me in that fucking comment. So maybe you need to understand more of the feminist philosophies. I don't know. Maybe you should get off the fringe a bit and check out more of like mainstream feminism. You know, get out of the 25th wave of feminism and bring it back down here to the 12th. You know, like, yeah, we just want to really mutilate all men at this point. You know, here, like, that's a really good circle of hell to be in. Or you could dial it back to the 9th. You know, that's, man, fuck it. I know the feminist shit. I know it all. And then I want to read somebody's zinger. Somebody put in a really good zinger. They said, he's a dude telling you that you, another dude, that you don't understand feminism because you're against the sexualization of children. Let that sink in. And I thought that was quite the zinger. I really enjoyed that one. Alright. And then somebody else here said, alright, I need to fucking have a cigarette. Jesus Christ. Just, dude. Oh, and I wanted to play this clip in this video for all you male feminists out there.
And then she posted this fabulous image. It's a Venn diagram. Male feminist allies are red, sexual predators are blue, and there's a big purple circle.
Alright, fuck it, I'm finishing this. Let's just read this next one. Some other idiot. I'm still of the opinion that it's better they get to fantasize about it than be forced to physically act out due to not getting a release. Look. Nobody's forcing pedophiles to fuck children. They're not forced to fuck children. You're not forced to act on your impulses. Forced to physically act out? Forced. As long as nobody gets hurt, I don't give a damn what people jerk off to in their mom's basement. Yeah, as long as people don't get hurt. Let's just hope that keeps happening. I'll start caring when they do something illegal instead. This is quite close to thought crime, to be honest. Really? Did I say that these people should be arrested? People that watch this Cuties movie and jerk off, fantasize about fucking these little girls? Did I say they should be arrested? No. I never said that. I didn't say they should be arrested. It's not illegal. There isn't a legality issue here. It's a moral issue. Why are you bringing legality into it? I never did. This is a morality thing. And I'll be honest, in comparison to the creepy dude thinking about children, I find the normal people commenting here to be far more scary and dangerous, wishing the most extreme penalty and torture upon thought crime. You know, I read all of these comments. And I see a lot of things that are like, well said, bravo, nailed that shit, Andy, great PSA, yeah, I really don't see, well said, is this a Biden campaign trailer? Haha. I don't see anybody, people are so sick and there's no treatment for that sickness, and that is very troubling in itself. Mic drop. Like, never, ever, ever put your little kids up on social media. Full stop. You know, I just read every other fucking comment on that video. Where are these people? I was a social worker and I saw some dark stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Somebody was making a joke. I seriously just almost shot my phone. Pray for me as I uncock this hairpin. I am not seeing anybody else saying that there should be any criminal actions. I'm not saying anything else. Yeah, I don't know who are you seeing? Who are these people? The normal people that are saying far more scary and dangerous things. Wishing the most extreme penalty and torture upon thought crime? Where did you see that? I don't see any of that. Did you even read anybody else's comments? Or did you just assume? You know what they say when we begin to assume, right?